Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing well. And in this video, let's tackle the second trailer that launched this week, and that's the newest trailer for Avatar: Fire and Ash. We will have our live stream discussion next week where we will go even more in depth, but for now, let's go over my biggest takeaways from this packed trailer. Right from the start, we are quickly told the origin story of the Ash people by Varang. She's most likely relaying all this information to Quaritch within her tent, but as we had expected, at some point, the volcano nearby had erupted and destroyed the forest where Varang once called home. Because the people cried out and Awa never came to protect them, now they seem to forsake Awa and embrace the element they once feared. Another great moment is this incredible shot of what seems to be a council meeting with the elder Tulkun. We learned more about this during one of the Empire magazine articles. Plus, there will be more insights into the Tulkun societal structures, with the introduction of clan leaders, matriarch, and patriarch. Matriarch is a very interesting character. She's in full regalia. We're using rings and tattoos as a way to suggest history beyond what we're seeing. So we could be getting Jake, Neytiri, Ronal, and Tonowari asking the Tulkun leaders for their help during the upcoming war. Obviously, one of the biggest aspects of the teaser and this trailer is the revelation that Spider can breathe Pandoran air after going through some type of transformation, most likely sparked by Kiri after Spider gets his mass damaged, as we saw during the teaser. We see him by the underwater spirit tree and even connect his newfound Kuru directly to an Elu. The biggest question I still have is whether he still gets an eventual avatar body, as even though he can breathe Pandoran air and connect to creatures and plants via his Kuru, there are still physical limitations compared to a Navi body. I did happen to come across a couple more behind the scenes images that continue to hint at him eventually getting an avatar body. One here with him looking into a pod that should contain an avatar body, which he'll be looking at. But even more telling is this one here, where we see him either coming out or about to lay down into a avatar link unit. We even see Norm nearby, as he himself seems to be using the other link unit. Since we do know they filmed the beginning 25% or so of the movie 4 as well, it could be that these spider avatar body scenes are from Avatar 4. We of course get the team up between Varang and Quaritch, which in turn becomes the Ash Clan and the RDA. We still don't know exactly why the Ash Clan agree, but Quaritch does talk about Varang wanting to spread her fire throughout the world and seemingly needing his help to do it. We do see how the Ash Clan spreads throughout other areas of Pandora, as in my prior video we touched on the upcoming expansion to Frontiers of Pandora, giving us the Ash Clan spreading to the western frontier. We also do get this more intimate looking shot between Quaritch and Varang that to me signals some type of romantic possibility in the future, almost like a twisted version of Jake and Neytiri. If we shift our focus to Kiri, we don't see too much of her, but she still has a couple of key moments. Apart from having something to do with Spider's transformation, we see her test her powers more and more, possibly sending these squid-type creatures to attack the RDA, as well as calling upon the Warrior Mother and potentially responsible for the giant flux vortex that's visible by the Cove of Ancestors during the day as well as at night. There is one particular shot with Neytiri wearing the paint of the Ash Clan. For me, she's either infiltrating them or has come to actually join them for a while, seeing as how we know her and Jake will be separated for a portion of this movie, and in the teaser, Jake lets her know she can't continue down the path of grieving for Neteyam with hate. Speaking of Jake though, we do get the confirmation that he will indeed return to Taruk and take the mantle of Taruk Makto once again during one of the battles. Even though I didn't want to touch on this, I can't help but feel that in some way, this might be the end of the road for Jake. I know most fans can't see the franchise continue without him, but if I set my bias aside and look at the type of story Cameron has been looking to tell with real stakes, as we just experienced with Neteyam, Movie 3, or the latest in my opinion, movie 4, would be the time to have this happen, if it even will. From knowing that this will be the first movie without the opening and ending narration of Jake, to subtle lines like Loak asking the others, "What does Dad always say?" and even Jake's return as Taruk Makto, potentially giving us peak Jake at his highest of highs, only to be followed up by his tragic loss. Like I said, I could be completely wrong, and I'm sure most of you believe I am. It's just a feeling I have, but not one I'm actually wanting to see happen. Lastly, to wrap up my initial thoughts, I believe I see at least 2 battles play out during this trailer, which would definitely make it one of the most action-packed of the 3 movies. First, I see some type of ambush by the Ash Clan to the Wind Trader ships as they are crossing this sort of foresty mountain area. We even got concept art of this last year. This is where we see a face-off between Varang and Neytiri, with Neytiri riding around with an arrow already stuck in her body, which we know she heals from throughout the rest of the movie, even seeing concept art of this way back when. Then we see Neytiri wearing her battle paint during this daytime shot by the Cove of the Ancestors. That area looking to be the site of the final battle of the movie is where the RDA will also deploy their newest and largest sea ship, the Factory Ship. Funny enough, I made a post pointing out that if you zoom into that overhead map of Bridgehead, we actually saw this factory ship parked there all along. Regarding that final battle, in a previous Empire magazine quote about this sequence, they said this: "At the end of Avatar 3, what we're going to see is something of a scale in terms of conflict that we have not seen before. Lava toughened warriors, hardcore hardware, James Cameron's biggest action sequence. Best buckle up, World War Awa is on its way." And there you have it, guys. Those are just my initial takeaways from this newest Fire and Ash trailer. This was one of my favorite trailers yet from the saga, and I'd love to know what you caught that I didn't touch upon here. Share all your thoughts and theories down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe in order to stay up to date with all of our Avatar videos. As always, thank you for watching, and I will catch you all in the next video.